one before our meeting today, but we had a snowstorm. We've been sick. It's like we haven't been anywhere. So.
I got mine online at Forever 21. Give it to me.
Someone might think this one's ugly. I don't know. Well, I like it, but.
Okay, I'll show you. See?
Oh my gosh.
So I jingle. Hey, Johara.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I love your hair. It's so cute. The long
Thank you.
bun.
Let me text Lene and see if she's going to get on.
Okay. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to post in the message thread really quick in case people already forgot.
Good idea.
Very likely.
I'll post her on mine too.
You're all getting beat.
All dinging.
That's awesome. Oh, here's another one.
We're so connected.
I know, right?
Love it.
I just was in the bathroom cutting my bangs. Now I'm like, oh, a little crooked.
Do you know the bang trick where you just twist them and cut?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It really works because both of my girls have bangs and they just they grow so fast, and so before they get their hair trimmed, I always need it. So you just like take your section, and pull it all together. Like I could probably show you with mine.
Like this?
Yeah. So you section it off.
Okay.
You pull it all together, and then you just twist it like this.
Okay.
And then you cut. And I always cut a little bit longer than I think, just to be sure.
Yeah.
You just cut it straight across, and then when you let go, it kind of like has a subtle curve. It's so cute. Yeah.
Okay. I will try it next time. I just kind of cut my own like little curve, but
I think it looks good. You did a good job.
I have like hair in my eye. Okay, well, let's get started. I have tons to talk to you guys about. So
No, there seems to be a lot going on right now.
yeah, and I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. Do you guys feel that way?
Yes.
It's been like
I have missed you so much. Oh my gosh.
Well, and then before, we didn't have a team meeting before you were out of town either. I can't remember why.
Well, it was like Thanksgiving, and then I went out of town, and now it's like pretty much a month later.
We probably had a good month where we haven't held any.
So that's gotta stop. I like the month or weekly meetings. So, okay. Well, I have an agenda because I'm a nerd. And so I wanted to start with introducing any new coaches, but our new coaches aren't on yet. And then gift exchange. Are you guys going to do the gift exchange? I know Megan's on. Are you going to do it, Johara?
No, I'm terrible about getting to the post office, so I don't need anyone to come to me.
You're like
I couldn't commit just because I'm like, dude, I'm so bad at getting like just the gifts I have to get. I'm like,
it's true. It's kind of one more thing, but
yeah.
I don't know. Gifting is my love language.
Is
So,
it?
like both ways, like giving and receiving. And so like I'm always all over it.
Yeah, it is. It's so fun. Well, I guess that's the thing is like then you get a sweet gift from another woman, like not a man.
Yeah. Yeah. Kelli, the girl I had in not the Team Chic one, but the Girl Boss giveaways one that not giveaways. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Gift exchange.
I got Kate Spade earrings.
Really?
Yeah, I've cried.
Dang.
Like I literally opened because I went to the mailbox. I was running the errand. I was stressed out, and I'm like, "Who's this from? I don't know this person." And I opened it because I wasn't expecting it to come that fast.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I cried. I was like, "It's just for me, and it's so girly. How did she know?"
That's awesome. I want to see them.
Yeah, I was stoked.
That's so fun. Yeah, and Natasha, are you signed up for the gift exchange?
Yeah, I just sent mine out this today.
But are you for the Team Chic one?
Yes, that one too. So I was going to ask about that one actually as well.
Well, we're going to try to recruit some more people.
Yeah, because I was like kind of confused on some things, and then also just wanted to make sure I got everything out in time.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to make tonight the deadline just in case anyone else wanted to hop in. And then we'll ship it out by Saturday.
Sounds good.
So, Jody's on. Do you have your ugly sweater? Oh, yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
I feel like a loser. I wish I had one.
Me too.
I have one, but I'm running errands.
I'm wearing the same one as last year.
It's okay. You just get one and then you just use it every year.
Reuse it, yep.
Or embellish it every year.
Sentiment.
Like add more crap to it.
Now, Jody, you've got to see Kelli do the jingle.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's my elf.
Whoa. Hot.
That is the funniest thing I've seen all week. That's hilarious.
You guys should Instagram that and be like, guys, Merry Christmas. I'll do it in slow motion.
Put it to music.
Video of it for us.
That definitely needs music.
Okay. Okay, so Jody, you need to get on the gift exchange, except for your Canada.
I know. That's why I was like, well, nobody in Canada was doing it. So.
That's true. Canada, it makes it tricky. Okay. This week's challenge. Okay, I have a challenge for you. I'm going to do this every meeting. We're going to introduce new coaches every meeting. We're going to talk about any business. We're going to shout out anyone who has success club points. Raise your hand if you have any. Woo! You do? Good job. How many? 2? 2. You're doing better than that.
What of the rest of us?
I know. I'm like, I'm a -1, so.
Oh, dang it.
At least that proves you had points at some point.
Yeah. Well, good job, Nicole.
Thanks. And Lene, my new coach, she has 4.
Sweet.
So she's doing awesome. Yeah.
That's great. She's totally going to hit it. Good. Okay, this week's challenge, then we're going to do a challenge each week. So this week's challenge, I feel like a lot of us have gotten off the pies bandwagon. Like, I'm guessing that some of you are missing some of the letters in the pies acronym. And I know I am too.
Maybe all of them. No, I got my Shakeology.
There you go. You're so I thought we need to post in the group just like we do in a challenge group. Like Nicole, your people always do that really well in your challenge groups. To like post just updates. Let's just every night we check in and we say PIES. That's all you have to say, or however many you got. But that way it'll kind of help us like be like, oh yeah, this is what I need to be doing. Because during the holidays, it's hard to remember even those essentials. But it's just those simple things that really help you progress your business. So that's my challenge for this week. Let's all get on there and
Remind me again. I always forget what personal development invite, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Exercise.
Shakeology, and Success Club.
Social media.
Social media.
Yes.
And Success Club.
Yes.
Sometimes hard to do everything.
Are you hitting Success Club every day? Because you should.
That would be nice.
That would be sweet.
That would be nice.
Okay, now I'm gonna. I wanted to talk to you guys about the 5 days of free fitness that I did because it was an epic thing.
Still the time of year.
But yeah, and you know what? But I'm like, you know what? That's okay. Like sometimes we try things and they don't work. That's just marketing. That's how it goes. Sometimes you try them and you're like shocked. Look at the 5 days of 5 a.m. thing we did in June. Shocked at how many.
It was awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one is like free fitness, and everyone's like, no thanks. Even
So, I know that the time of year is a big thing, but why else do you think that it didn't do well?
Well, here's the other thing is I had a handful of people that said, yes, I'm totally interested. And then I messaged them and I said something like, let me see if I can find an actual message. You guys tell me maybe my wording was a little intimidating, but I told them like I'm so excited you're in the group. Hang on. Gotta find a message that says it. Yeah, okay. I said, so excited you're interested in doing the 5 days of fitness. Enroll here for free access to hundreds of Beachbody programs. I said it's totally free for the next 30 days. Just set a calendar reminder to cancel before 30 days so you won't be charged unless you end up loving it like I do. Once you've done that, message me and I'll add you to the group. And they just didn't. But you know what? I don't know that it was even, I think it was just like, oh, you're giving me something extra to do during the holidays? No thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I really do think that, because I have a lot of people that are really serious about challenge groups right now, but like they're not going in and finishing their enrollment or clicking on their link to enroll, because it's like kind of just, they're like, I have all these other things to do first and I have all this other money to spend first, you know?
That's so true.
So, well, we can talk about this after, because I think it kind of falls into one of the things on your agenda. But anyway.
I got one of my people, she's messaged back and she just said, I'll do it next week when I'm done with finals. I was like, okay.
There you go.
So, if it progresses to more, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right. I did have one girl who said she's doing it, and who knows, but.
Kelli, so I loved that, I mean, you posted that script that you just used. You posted that in our little thread, and I love it. The only thing I was wondering is, because I know some people right from the get-go, they're like, oh, so if it's something that I'm going to have to, like, cancel or I'm going to get charged, they might be like, oh, I'm not even going to worry about that. So I wouldn't even, like, tack that onto that first message. I would just give them the info, hundreds of free programs, click here for your free account, because it's legit, it's free, it's not going to charge them. And then when you get the list of people that did sign up for it, you could send them a quick message to say, okay, just mark your calendar. You're going to get 30 days free, mark your calendar, so that you can either cancel before you get charged or so I would like just split it in half into like 2 messages and not even give them a second message until they've signed up.
Okay.
But I really do think it's mostly just a time of year.
Yeah, still I think people are like, oh, I got to fill out a form. That's going low on the priority list.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts about that?
Yes.
What?
Well, I was just thinking that when I'm trying to get people to buy a challenge pack, I find that I have a lot better success with their concerns about being on HD when I say, I'm writing it down. I'm going to let you know before your next order ships to make sure that we can stop it. Kind of like, I don't know if you remember when Jalen was talking about how she like lays it all out there, whatnot, but she tells them, don't worry, no big deal, we're going to cancel it. And she tells them like, I will have it, for you. And so whenever I make, people feel at ease that I'm going to be on top of it, I find that they're a lot quicker to sign up. I don't know if that's just my imagination, but.
No, I agree. And the cool thing about the 5-day group is like at the very end, that's when you could even just let them know, okay, remember you've got till this date to cancel your,
right.
So yeah, and let them know. I'll remind you at the end of the group to cancel unless you love it, and then you can keep it.
Yeah, I just think that the thing we keep figuring out over and over again is that everybody is just so busy. And so anything we can do that's not going to scare them off with one more thing they've got to remember that we're going to take care of, I just is kind of in our favor.
Yeah, I think that's super smart. In fact, I think the very first coach I worked with, I think she said something like, I'll remind you or something, and I was like, oh, okay, good. Because, yeah, you're like, I don't want to forget, da-da-da-da.
Yeah. And I've had people ask me that before I've even had time to tell them. They've been like, hey, will you remind me before my next friendships? Like they are concerned about that.
So how do you remind them, Jody? I'm sure someone else is thinking the same thing. Like, what's your system?
So, I mean, when people sign up, I write down in my little book, like everybody's date that they signed up. But I also, when I log into my account, I go through and I know usually most people have either signed up at the beginning of the month or the end of the month. Rarely do I have people sign up in the middle. And so anyway, I make sure I'm checking to see
who's still got it on there they've got the Y or the N or whatever. And then I just know to message them 2 days before, and I just say the same thing every time. Like, just reminding you, like I said I would, that it's bedtime. I don't know why she's back here with me, but just like, hold on, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, or you could do like a calendar pop-up reminder or email or whatever.
Yeah, I just have like, hold on. You're good.
That's pretty much what I do too. Like just in my planner, on my month calendar, I'll write there, like, so I do it 20 days after they purchase their challenge pack, just because by the time I remind them and by the time they actually get around to it, I've had so many people that have been like, I called and I was too late, it already shipped. So I do it 20 days after they purchase their challenge pack. So I'll just go on like my month calendar and just write down their name and to message them, like, I'll just count the 20 days and write down their name, and then count 20 days and write down their name, just so I know to message them.
The problem I was finding, though, is that they were thinking, oh, I've got more time too, and then they weren't doing it. And so I'm like following up more to make sure that they were doing it. So I try to do it like
close
hours before, so that I'm like, you only have 1 day left.
The thing is no matter what, as long as you reminded them, it's, it's not on you. So if they waited and it came and then they were like, oh crap, you reminded them and you did your job. So
that's true. I have been adding the chat link though. So when I'm reminding them, I've been like, and here's the link to chat. I think it's way faster.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's brilliant. I like that. I love the chat.
Every now and then I have a little.
But I also feel like you're like, hey, go ahead and cancel Shakeology. Like,
oh, so you know how I message them first? I ask them, I said, how are you loving your Shakeology?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I ask them first. And then depending on what they tell me, that's when I'll say, okay, well then you're in luck because your next bag is going to be coming next week. So just in time for you to get more. I know you said you're close to running out and you love it. So, and that's when I'll mention, so why don't we save you some money discount. And then if they were like, oh, I haven't been drinking it, I have a ton left, that's when I might either suggest to cancel it or to just bump back their shipment. But I always ask them first, how are you loving your Shakeology? Because they're usually like, oh my gosh, I love it. And if they say they love it, then why would you want them to cancel? They don't want to cancel if they love it.
Yeah.
I very rarely have anybody cancel it. They are usually putting it on hold.
Mm-hmm. Bump it back a month or two.
Right. Yeah.
But that's also the problem, is that I'm, again, in a month or two, okay, so should we switch to the discounts? Like, I have so many people, almost every person is always like, okay, yeah, I love it, but I still have extras, so I will sign up for the coach thing later. And so on the one hand, it's good because I know, okay, I have this potential next month, but then on the downside, I'm still waiting, and they're still one of those people that I find are always on hold, always like.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about something that, that Nicole does that worked really well. But first, I want to talk about hammer and chisel. How are any of you guys doing hammer and chisel? Have you done any of the workouts?
Started, yeah. I've done the ones that were on just the preview. I did those a couple weeks ago, but I just ordered mine last week, so I just started. I haven't done today's. I'm drinking my E&E right now before bed so that I can work out before I go to bed.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm loving it.
It's fun, huh?
Yeah. I'm sore in so many different places, but
seriously. But it's also, I'm also, like, as I was doing it this morning, I'm like, okay, sorry, I'm adjusting my chair. I'm like, okay, this stuff is intense. I don't know that I want to recommend this to people, to brand new, someone that's trying to lose maybe 30 pounds or more, or that hasn't been active for a while.
Well, and it's almost like 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. Like, you're not going to tell them to go do Extreme until they've done 21 Day Fix.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost the next steps for some people.
Yeah.
And I still think 21 Day Fix is a good intro for.
I know. I think 21 Day Fix is always the best one to start with. But I think, people are interested. I mean, it's a new program. So I'm still going to talk to them about it, but I guess that's why it's important to ask them about their goals. Because if they're like, I got to lose 30 pounds and I never work out and da-da-da, then I'm going to be like, okay, let's do 21-day fix. But if they're like, I just need to lose 10 pounds, I want to get ripped, I want to get abs, then I'd be like, okay, let's do hammer and chisel, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just what?
Except it's longer.
Right, it's 60 days. That's true.
I've convinced Jeff to start it with me in January before the cruise.
Sweet.
I literally have to finish it on time so that I don't
exactly 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. That is a good goal.
So Kelli, are you doing it just like they do on there? Like, I don't have a chin-up bar. Even if I did, I can't do one. And I don't have the door attachment thing.
I know. That's what I was thinking this morning. I'm like, I'm annoyed because I don't have some of the stuff. I want a weight bench. I'm looking for one on like Craigslist. I have been using my couch kind of, or a yoga ball. But like, yeah, the door thing, I'm like, I guess I need to get a door thing at least because I have a
Yeah, but I'm scared. What if you break it?
I know, that's what I'm scared of too with the pull-up bar.
If that comes back and pops me in the face, like, oh my gosh, I won't be able to go in public for a month. I mean, it will be unreal.
Don't break it. I have one from when we did P90X.
Are you talking about the band with the door attachment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I've had my handles pop off before. I have.
Oh, really?
Okay. I lived through it. It was okay.
So what are you doing?
It actually works well. So I just use the one from the P90X one. It's just like a strap that goes over your hips, basically. That's really secure. You just need to make sure your band, whatever band you're using, is secure. But the strap, I've never had a problem with like the door straps.
Well, where do they have them on Amazon?
Yeah, they have them on Amazon, but they do have them in the equipment list on just on teambeachbody.com if you just shop your site.
What's it called? Like a door attached?
Strap? I think it's a strap.
Okay.
I'll try and pull it up really quick.
Yeah, because you just use the resistance band that you already have, and you put it in the strap.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, and it looks like it takes up a lot of space too, because once you like stretch all the way back, aren't you like?
Yeah, you do have to have enough room to like move back away from your door. Let me look it up.
But I have, like this morning I didn't have either, so I just modified. I just did like jumps instead of actually, I like jumped up instead of pulling up. I don't know.
I think you can make it work if you don't have the right stuff.
But I am excited because I feel like hammer and chisel, I mean, I don't know if you guys are in the Team Inspiration test group, but a couple of the girls that have been doing it since day one, I mean, I couldn't do it all because I was in New Zealand. I didn't have weights. But they're getting ripped. So I'm like, this is sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The first day I did it, holy moly, I got up the next day and was like, maybe I should consider this recovery stuff that they're talking about because it hurt.
Big difference. It does.
I know. I kind of want to, I'm debating on when to like officially start. I am doing it, but I want to like do it like 100% and really go all out and take before pictures, like hardcore, because I really want to have those before and afterwards pictures to kind of show people. Plus, I also I think this is a really smart way to go for new coaches and old coaches to be like, I'm starting a program and I'm on day 2 and day 3 and day 4. Like when you're posting on social media, you don't have to do it every day, but be like day 7, day 10, day 13, like every 3 days or whatever. So that people are like, what is she doing, And I don't know. That's kind of what I want to do. I just haven't decided exactly when I'm going to start.
Well, let me know when you do it, and then we'll hold each other accountable because I haven't, with the holidays and everything, I'm total slacker. And so I want someone to be like, hey, Megan, I did this today. Look at my arms. Are your arms looking like mine?
I know. Part of me was like, maybe I should start on the 28th. Because it'll be after Christmas and my birthday, and then I'll get a little bit of a head start before my challengers. But then I'm like, but I kind of want to do it with my challengers. But that means I have to wait till January 7th,
Mm-hmm.
Which brings me to another question.
2 weeks and then start over with them. Because that's what I'm considering. I want to be on the same schedule that they're on.
I do too.
So I think I might just start over with them on the 7th.
Okay. What are you laughing at, Jody?
You were just like,
I know, my fingers are always like.
Play that part back. I thought you were. I don't think so, Nicole.
I'm not cool with that.
That is not happening.
No, that's my brain like spinning. The gerbil is like spinning.
Okay. That's your thinking face.
That's my
That's the face that'll get stuck on the playback where you post the recording.
I know, which you need to take, by the way, even though I look super tired right now. Hang on, I'm going to do a screenshot, except for, let me see if I can do it. Okay, everyone smile. I don't know if I can do it. I don't have my Apple keyboard anymore. Anyone know how to do a screenshot on a, like, Microsoft keyboard?
I don't know.
No.
Wait, let me try. Gosh dang it. Can I do it with my phone? I was going to post this tonight. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But while I'm trying to figure this out, will you guys, do you guys want to start on January 4th, which is a Monday, which is what the calendar actually says?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my phone is like going to show up in this. Let me see. Okay, everyone look up. Okay, we'll see if those turn out. So do you want to, like I was looking at the calendar today and it starts on a Monday, but that means the Wednesday, is it Wednesdays that's your day off? Or no?
Yeah.
It's different when the rest day is different, right?
It's all on Wednesdays.
I thought it was Thursday. I don't know.
I think it's on a Wednesday. Should I go grab it really?
Yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesdays, but the way that, you know, the test group started, it's Wednesday for the test group.
Yeah,
You follow me?
I think it's a Wednesday, right? If you start on a Monday.
Yeah.
So
I think that's so confusing to start a challenge group.
On a Thursday?
Yeah, unless you did start like the group on Monday and you just prep the first few days and then you officially start the workouts on.
I like that.
I don't know.
That's true. Because we need to factor in a prep week. We didn't even think of that. Should we do that?
I like that idea.
Because that would give us
We can get them all prepped in 3 days instead of a week.
Why do they have the rest in the middle?
But do you think people will get confused with the, let me go, I'm going to get the workout calendar. I know exactly, I'll be back in like.
I got it right here.
Okay, pull it up and show them because look.
So it's workout, Thursday is off. But why can't you just, I mean, I know it would be killer hard, and I know that's why they put it right in the middle, but why couldn't we just bump the last 3 days of the week up so that Sunday was still the rest day?
Yeah, that's what Micah was saying.
That's what we used to, that's what I've done.
So why would we need to start on a different day?
Yeah.
Because if you did that, we can start on Monday, and then all these would just be bumped up, so your rest day is on. Oh, sorry, so you can do that.
Exactly. That's what we've always done. If you want your rest day to be Sunday.
Because I think most people do.
Yeah.
You'll be killer sore, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah.
say that.
I mean, I think they do put it in the middle just because, like, you really are fatiguing your muscles in this one.
Right. It makes sense. I just feel like our challengers are going to be like, why are like trying to follow the calendar, but we're going to be completely off.
That's true.
So I think we should start on a Monday.
Yeah, I would just so everybody can like, I know for me, like, I'm still going to do prep week, like a full week, just because I feel like mine do so much better with the full week. And then I would start Monday, chisel balance, like day 1. I would start this like on week 2.
Well,
Couldn't we do?
So you're going to do prep week on January 4th? Or not on the 28th of December, right?
Probably January 4th.
Oh, that's a whole nother week to wait to work out, like to actually officially start.
But I feel like, because that's the first day everyone goes back to work and school after New Year's.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone needs to go grocery shopping. Everybody kind of has to get back on track. You know what I mean? So I don't really think anybody's going to be ready to work out on that day. I mean, some people might, but I think most people won't, especially if they're starting a new program like this and they have to plan their meals. They have to learn how to use their portion control containers. They have to make sure they have all the equipment. So I honestly think for this program, they're going to need it.
Yeah. Okay. Is that Jamie?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
She's
Sorry,
a
guys.
coach, and she's rocking it. So well.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of like wedding stuff, so it's
Yeah,
crazy.
her son's getting married on Saturday. No biggie.
Gosh. That's a big deal.
I know, right? I'm gonna mute
Yeah,
you.
my other son comes home from college tomorrow night, and anyway, yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, but she's still rocking it. So no excuses because Jamie's killing it.
Awesome.
Aren't you at like Success Club 4 too?
Sorry, what? Sorry, what was that?
Do you have 4 Success Club points?
No, not yet. No.
You have 2 at least, I think. Yeah. Anyway, well, good job and welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's plan on Hammer and Chisel starting the 4th. And do you guys want to do prep week? I feel like everyone always does better with prep week.
I think so.
I think just for the sake of our clients, we need to do a full prep week and start on January 4th. Sound good? Everyone agree? Yeah. I guess you can always do it different if you totally.
Hey, Kelly, if anybody orders 21 Day Fix, is it okay to have them in that same group?
Totally, because it's the same stuff. It's no weightlifting. It's still the same nutrition program. Although the nutrition program, the little guide in the Chisel is a little tricky. I'm like, I don't get where I fall.
There's a lot more into this. It's like I know what you mean. Like I'm with you on that. I'm
like if you look on the back. It's on the back or is it in the Quick Start guide?
Yeah, it's not the program nutrition guide. It's let me see.
And like on mine, when I did the rating, it was telling me to eat a ton of calories, and I was like, "Are you sure?" Like
because they want you to build, they want you to gain. So really, this isn't ideal for somebody that needs to lose a lot of weight. It's because the nutrition program is really to work on gaining. Are you talking about this little thing right here?
Yeah, there's a thing that tells you to do how to figure out your calorie intake. And when I did it, it was like telling me to like basically double the calories I eat now. And I was like, I'm kind of scared about this. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, so anyway.
I will say that my CrossFit coaches have always said for every 10 pounds of muscle you gain, you're literally burning so many calories just sitting there. So if we're building a ton of muscle, you're burning way more calories than what you normally would if you're just doing like aerobic activity and not.
Because for T25 or the 21 Day Fix, I'm like in the 1,300, 1,400 calorie range, and on this one, I'm like the 1,800 to 2,000 calorie range.
Yeah, I was like 2,500.
Yeah, and I think it is just because you're gonna burn a ton of calories with all the weight you're lifting.
So that's why it's a good reason to get this packet before your clients, so you know what the crap they're gonna ask you about. Because
I know, right?
Because it's a little different than 21 Day Fix. So, okay, so that's decided. Next on the agenda, we got a lot.
Julie's on. How's it going, Julie?
Good. Oh, there's Julie too. Okay. How did you guys all look over the Hammer and Chisel script?
Yes.
How do you feel about my new? So I'm doing a couple changes. Number one is I'm calling them online fitness boot camps because I feel like that sounds way more valuable than a fitness accountability group or a fitness challenge group. It sounds like a legit like workshop, you know? Mm-hmm. So I like that value. And then I started when I went through the script of what I was going to say to people about Hammer and Chisel, I decided to make more of the focus not on the product, but on the experience of doing boot camp. So I talk a lot about like, okay, in the boot camp, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing this, da, da, da. You're going to, and he, you know, I say, so you can get this, and so you can, da, da, da. And I'm hoping that that approach will be a lot more, I think it'll make the focus less on the workouts and more on like the overall, the whole thing, on needing you as a coach and that kind of thing.
Well, I think that's key. Right now, I really think that it needs to be about us, working with us, like us working with them, like our relationship, and them investing in the boot camp with you and not somebody else, you know, because there really are a lot of different weight loss groups and different coaches for different companies. And there's so much out there right now that there has to be that reason they want to invest with you, I feel like.
Right. I agree. I mean, that's typically why someone comes to you over someone, is they want you. They want your expertise. They trust you, that kind of thing. So I feel like that the boot camp experience is more on how they're going to be working with you to get the results they want. So
on that same note, I have to just tell you, I had a girl tell me today, she is in a challenge group of like a top Beachbody coach right now. I won't say it. I really love her. But she's a top coach. She makes loads of money. She's an amazing person. But the one thing she said to me is, she says, the group makes me feel horrible. She says, I literally have like anxiety in my stomach every time I jump into this group because I kind of feel like I'm being bullied into checking in, into working out. And I'm kind of made to feel like if I'm not succeeding at this and I'm not doing well, then like, this is your problem. This is your problem. You know what I mean? Like it kind of, the coach's approach to things was so, it just led to a lot of negative feelings in the challengers. And it made me think, okay, even though most of us aren't fitness experts, like it's easy to be like, well, what's my expertise? Like maybe I've only been a coach for a month, or maybe I've only been a coach for a year. You can think of your strengths. Like it made me turn around and be like, you know what? Like that's totally the opposite of what I work for my challenge groups to be like. I work hard to make sure everyone in my challenge groups feel loved and accepted, and that they're amazing the way they are, and that if they have a rough day, you know what, it's fine. Move on the next day. You know, like my approach is like, I want my challengers to feel the opposite. And so it just made me think, we don't have to be fitness professionals. We don't have to be a top coach to like have the best challenge groups. We just need to take what we're best at, like whether it's just loving people or making them feel amazing or just being really motivational, and not only put that into our groups, but like when we're talking about our groups, talk about that. Talk about like what it is that you do in your group to make your challengers motivated or to make them feel amazing, or you know, it was an eye-opener to me to know that somebody from a top coaches challenge group, that's how they felt. So I don't know if that helps any of you.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I like what you said about just using your strengths, because that's really that's really all you can do. And in the script, like if you notice, I don't mention hammer and chisel at all. And I like that for a couple of reasons. Number one, it makes it more about the experience. And number two, I've had people message me and be like, what are you doing? And when I tell them about what I'm doing, blah, 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 they're like, okay, cool. And then I'm almost pretty darn sure they went and bought it somewhere else. Like even when I messaged them and told them like, oh, okay, she's doing 21 Fix, that's her secret, I'm going to go buy it on Amazon, or you know what I mean? I'm going to do it without a coach. So I feel like if I at least talk up the whole experience, blah, blah, blah. No, and then I think it adds more value too. Like, cause I remember when I first talked to my very first coach, and she told me about like kind of how everything I got with it. I remember being like, oh, it's only $160? Like I was seriously thought it was a good deal. And that's what we want to do.
Learn about everything that it's included first.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You have to like show them the value first before you even talk about what it is and how much it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, it leaves the door open for like if you get to talking to them and you find that hammer and chisel isn't for them, and really the 21 Day Fix or something else is for them, then you didn't already give them a hammer and chisel link, you know?
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of the approach of this new script, and I might change my old 21 Day Fix script to be the same way, because I just like, it's not about the product, it's about me, it's about working with me, you know. And oh, P.S. here's the kit you need to do it, you know. So anyway, any thoughts on that? Any other thoughts?
Kelly, I had a gal that I messaged a couple days ago, and she's like, "Oh, my husband and I do Beachbody on demand." And I said, "Oh, well, do you have a coach? What's going on? Or did you just sign up on your own?" And she's like, "Oh, my husband signed up through a coach, but he like deserted us, and but she never signed up with a coach." So I'm like, "You can be part of my accountability group, I'm assuming, and just do Beachbody on demand, and then maybe she'll buy the product or coach or something." Because, but she was like, my husband signed up and then the coach did nothing, so.
Right. That just reminds us we need to reach out to our free customers.
Yeah.
So then the next thing I was going to talk about, gosh, I have so much to tell you guys, but not enough time. Nicole, do you think we should cover your WooFoo form, or should we talk about some of the other things?
I can always just post a link to that later so everyone can check it out. We can just do that in a post. So I wouldn't worry about that right now.
All right. Because what we're going to say is part of that script is, so basically when you're messaging people, you're going to use the 3 F's. Number 1, find out their pain points. That's the first F. Number 2, and this is all on the Hammer script in case you forget. Number 2 is feel, felt, found. And you see that in the script. It says, I totally get what you're saying. I felt the same way, and here's what I found. Like, basically, here's how, like, I can relate to you, and here's how I overcame it. And then you tell them the facts of, like, what they're going to get in the group. And then the third F is the financial part, where you talk about here's how much it costs, and here's all you're going to get. And then you say, do you want my link? And then they send you, and then you send them, I mean, you can do it any way you want. But the way that Nicole does it is she sends them this WooFoo form that they fill out. And she talks about VIP, making them a VIP, or having them sign up as a VIP customer, which is basically code for account coach. And she said like 90% of people were doing it, right?
Yeah, so I have them fill out all their information, just like name, address, phone number, what are your goals. It just explains everything I explained to them in the Facebook messaging. It explains in the WooFoo form, like, this is how this group is going to run. You're going to get a challenge pack. It's going to include a workout program, and it's going to include Shakeology. And they can click on the form which workout program they want and which Shakeology. And then at the very bottom, they can choose one of 2 things, and it just says, yes, I would like to purchase my my challenge pack as a customer. And then it says something like, yes, I would like, it says, yes, I would like to purchase my challenge pack as a VIP customer and get all my future products at a wholesale price. And then it says, or no, I would prefer to pay retail for my products or whatever. So they can click one or the other. Then once they submit the form to me, I go into the Coach Mobile site, and I sign them up via the Coach Mobile site. But I've just found that when I give them those 2 choices at the bottom, that they always click that they'd rather have the VIP discount and save 25% on all future products. So, so the majority of my people usually sign up right away with just a discount coach account, just because I give them the option.
So, yeah, I thought that was cool. I mean, and that's similar to kind of what I do with the, where I was like, you can sign up as a customer or coach. Similar, but, and I feel like I had better luck doing that than converting coaches. I guess it's up to you than converting them to become a coach. I think people will automatically be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll get the discount. Did you mention in your form, I looked it over, but I didn't remember seeing anything about the $15.95.
Yeah, it does say that in there, just in the informational section.
Okay.
It talks about how they will pay a monthly fee and how it's kind of like a Costco or Sam's Club, like, wholesale membership.
Okay.
So that they know everything right off the bat. Like, you don't want to trick them into choosing that, obviously. So they know everything right off the bat before they click that.
Yeah, I really like the idea of calling them, like, do you want to do the VIP enrollment? Like, do you want to be a VIP customer? I like that a lot.
Because most of them, I mean, they literally just want the discount. They want to get their Shakeology for that much cheaper. And in their mind at that time, they have no thought process of, like, making a little extra money or coaching, you know? So I don't want to scare them away by even saying, do you want to be a discount coach?
Right. I think the coach is super scary.
Yeah. So I literally am always just like, we can set you up as a customer for retail price, or we can set you up with a VIP account for the wholesale discount.
Hey, you guys, this is Johara. I'm taking my daughter to tumbling, so I had to leave.
Okay.
Has anyone had any people do the military waiver? I'm in a big military town. But I haven't had any, but I had someone ask me about it.
Yeah, Julie, I don't know if Julie, you're still on here. Your husband's military. And we have several coaches on our team that have all done the military waiver.
And it's the active duty military and their spouses, correct?
Yes. It should be.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great.
So I think you can build your team that way too, is by getting all, you know, if all your customers signed up as VIP customers, aka discount coaches, then
because they're not going to have to pay the monthly fee. That is waived. So they're just going to get 25% off for nothing. So there's no reason why you can't build a team of VIP customers that are in the military.
Yeah, I mean, they call it a skeleton team, but I still think you need a cushion no matter what. So,
okay.
Anyway, but that's to everyone. Like, I think it's really important to have to add discount coaches in addition to regular coaches working the business. So, and I still have never introduced them to the team. How do we feel about that? Have you ever done that, Nicole?
Just introduce discount coaches?
Well, if let's say they sign up as a VIP customer, would you add them to the Team Chic group or Team Simplicity and say, welcome to, I'd like to welcome VIP customer Amy Smith. Would you ever do that?
In the past, but this last 6 months, I did. Just because I do post stuff in there about modifying your Shakeology and how to contact coach relations, things like that, all things that your VIP or discount coach customers will need, and it's funny too because a lot of them, I'll never hear from them in the team page. Maybe they're just a fly on the wall, but then I'll mention that we'll have, the next team challenge group is starting on this date or whatever, and in the team page they'll be like, oh, me, I want in, So I know they see things, and I think it makes them more active in challenge groups because they kind of get the extra reminders that pop up on the team page. They tend to just ignore all the business-related stuff.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody take themselves out or tell me that they were annoyed by it. I have told them, if it bugs you at all, just don't. I send them the link in the welcome email, and I let them know that I'm adding them to the team group. There's going to be information on that page that they can utilize, and you can just be a fly on the wall, and if it bugs you, you can always leave the group. So
we could try include it and just be like, hey, please welcome Amy Smith. She's a VIP customer. Mm-hmm. But would they be like, why am I in Team Chic?
I don't know. Well, and it was interesting, too, because, one of the last girls I introduced, she just did it for the discount, but she signed up 3 friends right when she signed up. So she made Success Club, she made Success Starters, she made $130, all in her first week as a discount coach who had no intention of growing a business. So it was really nice to be able to shout her out in the team page and pinpoint that and be like, you guys, did you know, as a VIP customer, you can be making money? So it was just a good example to be able to show other customers, yeah, you don't have to build this as a business, but you have some friends or family that want to do it too. Melissa just did it. Check her out,
Yeah, maybe you can just explain that when you post it.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think it'd be good to introduce our VIP customers and just add them to Team Chic. This happened to me. I signed up for Mary Kay 2 years ago as a discount rep. And she would send me the emails as if I was a coach. And I always was like, oh, they're doing this team meeting. Oh, what is this? I was a little intrigued. So I do think it's smart. Okay. New Zealand epiphanies. You ready to hear them?
I want to hear them.
Yeah. Okay. I'm such a visual person. I started figuring out sort of like, I guess, labeling things that I feel like we need to be doing as a team, because it's easy to be like, you need to post on social media. But it's like, I wanted to get more specific for you guys. And so I have come up with nerdy names and stuff like that to help us remember what you're supposed to be doing and how. So the first one was to be posting using the 3 Ps. So there's 3 types of posts. And I did a post about this. Some of you guys read it, but I'm going to say it again. The 3 Ps are promo posts, and the promo posts are like you're posting. It's like an official, online boot camp. Remember, that's what I'm calling it now. It's like an advertisement for that kind of. But it's going to have you, remember, because the boot camp's about you as the coach. So it's not going to have like a picture of 21 Day Fix or anything. It's going to be you, and it's going to be you talking about your next boot camp and whatever. It could be a before and after too, like of a client or whatever. But I feel like, so it's kind of like an official promo, and it needs to be connected to a feeling. Like, I remember when I was overweight and I felt this way, and here's how I overcame it, and I'm inviting you to join me for my next group that starts this day, and just a couple like little details, and then a call to action. So it needs to have like a feeling, where you're kind of connected to a feeling, share a story, and then a call to action. Like those 3 things I think work really well for promo posts. And I would say do one of those like once a week. Don't expect to do one a month and be like, why isn't anyone joining my challenge group? Number 1, half the people are not seeing that post. And number 2, you have to like continue to talk about it all month. So I would say at least 1 promo post a week. The next type of post is a PS post. And that is like, a proof post. That is where you're showing the world, like you're proving to the world that you practice what you preach. So you're saying, I work out. Look, here's a picture of me working out. I actually do work out, So, and that's, it feels kind of silly sometimes. I'm like, here's a picture of me jumping in the air, and some of them have to be staged, or like I have to have a kid take a picture of me, but while I'm working out or whatever. But it's proving to people, since we can't be with them in person, we're not at the workout together. They can't see me in person. I have to show them proof. Here's me doing what I say I'm going to do. Here's a picture of my healthy food that I'm eating. Here's a picture of my Shakeology that I'm drinking. Here's a picture. And when I say Shakeology I'm drinking, I'm not saying like the super cheesy, like ding Shakeology. I think it's better to do like a cute shot of your Shakeology styled with, berries around it on a table, or
creative.
Like be creative. I like despise the cheesy, like, but I have done them occasionally. But I would say get creative with those ones. Sharing recipes, sharing quotes and stuff. Like I did a quote today that talks about fitness and things like that. But you've got to prove to the world like that you mean it. And those need to be, I feel like that needs to be every day. You need to have 1 proof post every day. And then, and especially right now during the holidays, that's what I've been trying to do is like, hey people, I'm serious. Like I still work out even though Christmas is in however many days. And then what else? And then the PS posts. So PS posts are just a casual way of reminding people about your next online boot camp. So you're saying, I'm trying to think if I've done one lately.
You do those all the time, and you like nail it.
It's a good way to like people get to know you, because you can share something about your kids or your family. It's a good way to share personal things, but still tag onto the end. P.S. If you haven't jumped into my boot camp yet, I've only got 1 spot left.
Right. It's just like, it's so casual. And I feel like Amy Silverman does that really well. So if you don't follow her on Instagram, Elle Gaines, I've talked about her. She's on Instagram. And then Boho Fit Girl. It's boho_fit_girl. She does a great job of just like, yes, like I just love how casual they are about their posts. It's just like, oh, have you heard? You know, because again, not everyone sees your posts every day. And so they might be like, they see a PS post and be like, I didn't even know you were having one. Like, I want to do this. So if you can do a good mix of those three, like if you're doing a promo post once a week, if you're doing a PS post or a proof post once a day, then you're constantly talking about your next fitness accountability group and that in proving to the world that you practice what you preach. So I think those need to happen all the time. And I think I feel like that's something we all need to work on as coaches, like step it up with those social media posts, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm getting annoying, but I'm like, you know what? It's health and fitness. Like, it's not like I'm talking about some random product. I'm talking about being a healthier person and being happier. Like, who in the world does not need that? So many people need that. So,
and the only people that don't like it are the people that are seriously unhappy right now. They're usually the people that need it the most. But like, you know, so you're not going to annoy the right people.
Uh-huh.
I know I've said this to you before, but one of my friends is the top, you know, Canadian girl for Sensi.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, my husband would say all the time to me, because I'm like, oh, I can't post this, I can't post that. I'm always worried that somebody's going to get annoyed at me and not want to be my friend or whatever. And he's like, do you think Megan gives a crap that she's annoying people? She's pulling in 6 figures, you know, and living the life that she wants while she's posting this stuff, because she's posting this stuff. Do you think she cares if somebody defriends her while she's making her 6-figure paycheck? And I'm like, probably not.
No, that's such a good point.
We just have to think like, no, I want to live my life by design, and the only way that's going to happen is if I do the things that everybody who is living their life by design is saying you need to do. So,
So true. My mom's reading a book called Happiness Project, and she's like, first chapter, of course, is health and fitness. And I was reading a book called Happiness Advantage. Of course, they talk about exercise, meditation, like everything that we preach. And I'm like, if you want to be happy, you got to do this crap. So,
yeah.
So I'm okay with preaching it to the world. And yeah. And I find it inspiring. Like those girls that I just told you about, I love reading their stuff. It's inspiring. Like, it's not annoying. It's inspiring. So anyway, those 3 Ps, does that help you guys a little bit on like what to focus on? And I don't think it's salesy at all. Like, I don't think any of those methods are salesy.
So, I'm sorry, the PS post is just reiterating the promo post?
Yeah, it's just whatever upcoming fitness boot camp you've got going on. You're like, P.S., I've got a group starting this day. I'd love to help you out. Or and it doesn't always have to say P.S. Although I was reading a book called The Invisible Selling Machine. It said the P.S. part of every newsletter is the most read line in every newsletter. So I was like, well, that makes sense. In every post, it's going to be like the most powerful part, because people are like, what? Oh, P.S., what is she talking about? It's kind of like a little secret, like, oh, yeah. And P.S.
Well, it could be as simple as like, oh yeah, by the way, or, you know, P.S., my favorite program's on sale this month. You know, like, it could just be a little something you want to throw out there just so the right person can reach out and be like, oh, wait, what? Is that the one you've been doing? Tell me about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it could be, sorry.
No, go.
Or it could just be like, it doesn't always have to be literally PS, but I'm just labeling it that. It could just be, I think I did one today where I'm like, message me if you need help in this department, or anything like that. It's like, message me if you want me to help you work on this goal, or, you know what I mean?
Like, it's just tacking that on to the end of an otherwise just normal post.
Right. Of a super random, another random, like, you could be talking about how cute your kids are and blah, 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 and be like, speaking of cute kids, I mean, you know what I mean?
Basically still finding some way to tie your business into all of your posts, just to remind people all the time.
I'm not saying you have to add a PS to every like family post or whatever. I'm just saying that's another way to promote your business without being salesy. Yeah.
Kelly.
Thanks, Jody. Or are we confusing you?
No, I get it. So those ones, so the first one you said once a week, the second one every day, PS posts just randomly.
Yep.
And why did you say no posters? Like no 21-day fix pictures or?
I guess I meant, this is more for brand new coaches, not to show, I think sometimes brand new, you know, and hardly anyone on this team does it, but like where you're just showing like, I remember when I first started, I did want to do this, where you like show like the actual Beachbody ad.
Yeah. Because I think studies have shown that most people, especially in places like Instagram and Facebook, they scroll right over it because they just see ad. They don't really care that it's coming from you. They just see ad and they scroll right past. They won't even read.
Okay.
Right. So I think for the most part, it has to have your picture in it. You know what I mean? For a promo post. Okay. So even if it's just a picture of you snuggling your kids and saying whatever, you know, just sharing a story.
Yeah, because Kelly's all like, you know, my friend would go outside and take a picture of 6 inches of snow and be like, look how much it snowed last night. And Kelly goes outside and takes a picture of herself shoveling snow and says, glad I work out.
I know.
And I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, she can turn anything into a post. I'm like, share your magic.
We should just show Kelly all our pictures before we're about to post them.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Post it. Like, okay,
caption this.
But you guys, that was literally a thought I had. Like, think of your thoughts in your head. I was like, I'm so glad I don't have to go out and friggin' drive in this snow because I work from home. And then I was like, dude, I should post this. And then I thought, I'm so glad that I lift weights because this is heavy. So I'm like, I'm going to post about those. Like, you have these thoughts about how Beachbody benefits your life. You don't share them, and you have to share them. So I'm going to go right into recruiting because that's something I feel like we all need to work on. One thing that really changed was a game changer when it came to recruiting posts was talking about was when I heard Bonnie, is it Bonnie Engel?
Yeah.
So she is like one of the top 10 coaches, I think. And she said, you need to recruit like a boss. And she said she tries to talk about coaching, not just fitness, but coaching once a day. And she said she tries to make her life a sneak peek. So instead of having a private group as a sneak peek, all her posts are sneak peeks. So she's constantly saying, and it doesn't mean you have to be like, I'm recruiting, I'm looking for 5 people, blah, blah, blah. That is a good post, and I recommend you do one of those. That's a promo post right there. But she does like she does like just proof posts that says, here's a couple ones I've done regarding that are just sharing like the benefits of coaching, where I'm like, I'm so happy that I was able to sign my boys up for art class because of the extra income that I have from Beachbody. Or, I don't know, can you think of any that you've done, Nicole, or that you've seen me do? Like, coaching?
Mine are mostly financial like that I've just posted little snippets of something that.
I just saw Jaylyn do one about how her grandma died and she loves the support group that she has. Like, she's so grateful she has a team that just has like given her so much love during this time. So, and we've talked about that. That's another nerdy, the 5 F's. So that's faith. You can talk about the faith in yourself that it gives you. You can talk about the fitness benefits that it gives you, coaching gives you. You can talk about the financial benefits, the fun benefits, what are the other F's?
Friendship, or does that go with the fun?
Friendship, yeah. And there's one, I think there's actually 6. Anyway. So those are some of the things you talk about when you're trying to mention coaching. Because if you guys think about it, you get success club points for recruiting coaches too. So if you just focused on recruiting coaches, you wouldn't have to I don't know. it's just something that I think we need to focus on more as a team. And get out of our comfort zone in talking about it and in doing promo posts to actually invite people and say, hey, hey, I'm looking for people to intern this month, and here's why it's blessed my life. Here's how it could bless your life. Fill out this application, and if you're interested. That's how you get people into the sneak peek groups. You got to do promo posts, and you got to do more of those. I would call them proof posts. Is that what you'd label them, Nicole? Of like, here's how it's benefiting my life. I get to travel. Like, I should have mentioned this more when I was in New Zealand, but I should have been like, I used my bonus check to book my flight to New Zealand, So just constantly trying to be like, I'm just really grateful because I'm a coach, that I get to do this or that I get to do that or whatever.
As the vision board. So like when we go on the cruise or what else did I have on there? Buying a house, which I totally did not do with my Beachbody income, but it helps getting my mortgage because I'm self-employed. And so it just, obviously it helped to beef it up. So then I don't think it's lying, but can we take the 2015 vision board and I don't know, like put little check marks or something beside these are all the things that happened because of Beachbody this year?
Heck yes, that would be great.
I've seen that done actually, and I think it's awesome. Like so many things I've accomplished this year that I know I wouldn't have if I didn't have this opportunity. So I think that's great.
How do you say, like, is that it? You just end it like that?
I think that's all you have to. Like, I don't think you have to, like you were saying, like that your income hasn't necessarily helped you buy your house, but it's helped you in so many financial aspects, which is helping you get your house.
I saw you do one of those, Jody, and that's a proof post. That's where you're not doing a call to action. You're just saying, here's how it's blessing my life. And then, but eventually you do need to do a call to action and say, comment below, or fill out this form if you're interested in working with me and being a coach. So I feel like those are going to happen at least once a month. Like a recruiting promo post has got to happen at least once a month.
Okay.
And then the other proof posts about coaching those need to happen, I don't know, once a week at least. If you can make it every day, I think you'd recruit even more, but a lot of people are scared of doing that. Or you just run out of ideas. And write down your ideas. Like anytime you get an idea, write it down because it's easy to forget.
See, that's my problem. Usually I just PM them to Joelle and she PMs them back. And then we have such a big, long conversation. It works for me for my photography that by the next day, I have no idea what I've said to her. What we've talked about. I'm like, I know we had some really, but I don't know what they are anymore.
You guys ever know?
I do that, but just in my Google Doc. Like I just have a running list in my Google Doc of like my posting ideas.
Yeah, I lost my phone in the New Zealand Ocean, and I'm so grateful that I put all my crap on Evernote because I can still access it online now. So I'm glad I didn't put them in like my notes, just my phone notes. So make sure that whatever you're posting that you want to access is online. Anyway, just a little tip. Okay, we're going over. I feel bad. We're kind of going over the time, but oh well. I'm gonna go. You can leave if you want. But I do want to share some more epiphanies from New Zealand because I just had all these aha moments while I was traveling for hours and hours. So the other one was Message Monday. So I was kind of talking to Nicole about this, and I was like, what if we just picked one day? We used to always say, Kate, every day you need to invite 3 people to, your challenge group. But I was like, what if instead of doing every day, because that's unrealistic, and I'm guessing most of you don't, and I don't really either. I don't. So I was like, what if we just made it one day of the week instead of doing three people 5 days a week? What if we do 15 people one day a week? You just copy and paste them all, and you're done. And that's you're good for that week. And if you need more, I mean, feel free to do 20 or 30 or whatever. But one thought I had was about one person out of 10 is going to be interested in your challenge group that you message. So if you're messaging, our goal is to at least help one person a week, right? If we can get one person to join a boot camp per week, we'd all be doing awesome. So if you're messaging at least 10 to 15 people per week, hopefully one of them would be interested and possibly sign up. So that's why I think we've got to up our numbers. So definitely personally inviting people. And when I did that this Monday, so I'm declaring a message Monday. When I did that this Monday, I had 4 people write me back. And then I had a brand new coach, Jamie, who's on. She did the same thing, and 4 people said, yeah, I'm totally interested. So that's a pretty good ratio. I just think and I gave you guys the exact wording to copy and paste. It literally took me 10 minutes. That's so easy. Like, we can handle 10 minutes every Monday. And so if we do that every Monday, that's what I'm challenging you guys to do. It's Message Monday. You'll remember that, like, okay, what the crap am I supposed to be doing? Oh, Message Monday, I got to get my 10, I would say 15. You're 15 people in. And then every Wednesday, I also think it's really important to continue to build relationships because you're going to tap out eventually. So every Wednesday, making it What's Up Wednesday. Because there was a wake-up call by one of the top coaches, and she was saying how she did "Hey girl" messages, right? Which I think is a great idea. It's just chatting with them. Hey girl, how are things going? Da da da.
I think it was Missy Reber, and all she says is, "How are you? Just, how are you? Tell me how you are." You know.
Oh yeah, that was Missy Reber. But there was another one who.
Oh yeah, there is the "Hey girl."
Who did the "Hey girl" ones. But I was like, what if we just made every Wednesday you do What's Up Wednesday, and you message 15 people and just be like, either "Hey girl," or just be like, "What's up? How are things going?" And I would say not friends, but like acquaintances or strangers. And I would say, like, go on their page, do a teeny bit of research, and be like, "Oh my gosh, I love that picture of your kids." Ask them a question about them. People love talking about themselves. I had a girl message me and ask me about photography, and we chatted for like 15 minutes the other day, and I didn't know her at all. So something like that, if you ask someone about something that they love, they're probably going to talk, they're going to start the conversation and feel more connected to you. So if we can do that, then we're building relationships on top of inviting people on Mondays, right? And then we already have follow-up Fridays that I've declared. So can you imagine if we're doing Message Monday, What's Up Wednesday, and Follow-Up Friday to 15, that's 45 people that you're messaging every week. Well, on Follow-Up Friday, I think you'll just be following up with all these people. So I guess it's 30. But still, that's 30 people every week. That's 130 people a month. That's a pretty awesome ratio, right? Compared to 0. I don't think many of us, including myself, like, it just wasn't working for me to be like, oh gosh, I have to invite 3 people today. I don't know why. It's so much easier for me to copy and paste and do it in 10 minutes and just be like, okay, on your mark as I go. So that, I think that'll really help. What do you guys think?
I love it.
I love it too. I just feel like, you know, we're all busy with jobs and motherhood, and I think it can get overwhelming because every day is so different. You know, your kids might have different things, you might work, you know, every day is so different. So to be able to just know that, like, okay, I did that for the week. Yeah. I think the consistency is going to be so much better. It's really hard to stay consistent if you have to do it every day, because if you miss one day, it's so much easier to miss the next day.
That's so true. I think that's what happens is you're like, I didn't invite. Okay.
Story Miller.
So I think, I think if you're not having success, up your numbers. Message 20 people on Monday. Message 30. Message 50. Like, you know, I just think that's what we need to do. I think that's going to help all of us. It's already helping. So
one thing I also do, and I hadn't been doing it lately, confession, but instead of like adding to my network daily, I used to do that once a week. I would pick some random person and go hit up their friends list and just like bomb all these invites out to these people that I didn't know. And I would, do 30, 40 at a time, and that would be it. And I wouldn't have to focus on that daily.
Yeah.
It just helps me. So I really like this system better as opposed to having to stress over, oh crap, who am I going to message today? Let's go spend 15 minutes searching my friends list to find somebody to message, as opposed to doing it all at one time.
Yeah.
So I really like this. I think it's going to be more successful.
I like that too. We need to come up with a cute name for that, Megan. You'd be thinking.
Well, that's your What's Up Wednesday, right? Just adding people to your network can go along with that. What's Up Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So also, fine, I'm going to end on one thing. Tracking. Because I've been trying to come up with it. Because on Monday, I was like, well, crap, who do I message? I don't want to just message random people. Like, that feels weird. So I was like, well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to find I have a list. This is my ghetto way of tracking. I have a notebook that says August prospects. And there's people on here that said they were interested when I did a promo post. So it's not like I'm just messaging random people. I did a promo post, in August and said, hey, I've got a challenge group. Are you interested? And these people commented. Not all of them. Some of these guys are people interested in coaching too. These are people who either said they were interested or who just messaged me one day when I did a proof post and said, sometimes I'll get people message me after I do a proof post and they're like, okay, girl, what are you doing? Or how do I get into your group or whatever? So anyway, I just tried, if you guys can keep a little notebook and have your little list of people that are interested, then this is what I did on Monday. I went back to this list and I was like, oh, she hasn't signed up. And sometimes I'll look at the previous message to make sure, I'll look at to make sure that I'm not like
repeating yourself.
Yeah. But I messaged them, and then that's why I think 4 of them replied back and were like, yeah, because they were initially interested several months ago. So if we can get really good at tracking you guys, I think we're going to have amazing success. If we can go through, now I can go through, so I've got September, I do customer prospects and I do coach prospects. That way you're not like, who do I talk to? I don't know what to do. It's like, you have it all right here.
Well, and with this method, it'd be really easy just to take one page and do message Monday, 12, 14, and then write down the 15 people you messaged. And then the next page could be message Monday, 12, whatever the next week is, so that you can always just flip back through and be like, did I follow up with them? Did they sign up? All the people you've talked to, and you can just go back to the previous week or the previous 2 weeks or whatever.
That's a good idea. You could totally do like message Monday, What's Up Wednesday. Yeah, because I think, what was I going to say? I lost it. It's late.
We're tired.
Shoot, it was a good random thought to tie it all together, but anyway. But I think tracking is huge. I know Melanie Mitro, who's the #1 coach, is like a boss. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I used to do it on my phone, but I do better. I always have when I have something staring me back in the face. So I just have this sitting on my desk at all times. If it's in my phone, it's like it's lost in digital world. But here, it's like, oh, these are the people. And I just grabbed this notebook. I literally messaged these people upstairs while I was cooking dinner. So there's no excuses. You can take 10 minutes, take your notebook and message these people. So yeah, I think we're going to rock. And we're going to be teaching our new coaches to do this stuff. So this is all going to be in the coach training. And I'm excited for next year.
It's going to be an awesome year.
It is. So just you guys keep plugging through. I know it's hard, but.
Oh, this is one thing I was going to mention, because at the beginning we talked about how it is so busy. It's really hard to get people to commit right now. They don't want to sign up for one more thing. It's just on the bottom of their priority list. But because it does start on the 4th, and we technically have even a couple days after Christmas that they can still sign up and still get their stuff in time with prep week and everything. One thing that's worked well for me, especially around holidays, is just to shoot all the people I talk to a quick follow-up message and just be like, hey, I know you said you were interested. I know it's been so busy, but I am doing just like a holiday sale. It's like a holiday something. Like I've got a holiday promo going on. And I'll let them know that if they get it before the 28th or the new year, like if they get it by the 31st, that it's going to be $10 off. And that's not a Beachbody thing. That's a me thing. Like I have to shoot them a cash back bonus, like via the Square Cash app or PayPal or something after. But sometimes that's all it takes to just trigger them to be like, oh, okay, yes, I really want to do this. I might as well do it where she has a holiday promo and get $10 off. So that usually just gets those people that just, for whatever reason, they're just too busy or whatever, to pull the trigger and commit. So that's one thing that I will probably send out like the 27th, probably just like a couple days after Christmas. And I'll just let everybody know, like, I know you've been super busy, but I didn't want to forget to let you know that I have a holiday promo, get $10 off as long as you get into my boot camp by the, whatever, 29th, 30th, 31st, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I remember doing that last December. I remember the last week. I signed up a ton of people the last like 2 days of December.
So did I. Mm-hmm.
And I remember being like, okay, you got to hurry if you want your, I did like a $21 cashback rebate. And I'm like, hey, you got to do it. Did you want your rebate? Because it ends tonight. I give them a deadline. Like the rebate ends at this time. So blah, blah. But also, I mean, doesn't Hammer and Chisel go up in price in January?
Yeah.
So that's another thing. If you don't want to bribe them with money, just be like, this is going to go up. It's going to go up to 180. And so, yeah, good game. Okay, we're going to rock December. I know it's kind of a slow start, but we're going to have like a killer ending. I know it. So thanks for joining. I'm sorry this is kind of long, but I think we talked about some awesome things. So I'm excited. Have a good night. You guys want to have a meeting next week? Or I kind of do, but
I think
I need it. I need it. I think it keeps me on track. Like I feel I've been lost. I don't know. And I mean, it's like I know what we're supposed to be doing, but it's just having the meeting. I don't know. It just brings it all to a focal point.
And gets you motivated, and you're like, okay, yeah, I can do this. Let's do it. You know.
Yeah. Plus, I feel more connected to you guys. I just like seeing your faces. So it's the 23rd. Okay, are you guys cool with that?
That's good.
I don't have anything going on.
We understand, but I think we should just for those.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So see you next week at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, Mountain Time.
Yeah.
All right, thanks you guys. Have a good week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.